Arnaud, obviously it's midway through the season now. I just wonder how you assess exactly where you're at the moment, or what realistically you feel you can still achieve this season.
That's a question I didn't expect. So one more time. Ask it one more time.
How do you assess where you're at as a group at the moment, and realistically what you feel you can still achieve in this campaign now? Because we are at the midway point now.
Yeah, realistically, I think there are two teams. By the way, with Villa being really close to them, but because Arsenal won against Villa, they created a bit of a gap towards Villa as well. Realistically, those two teams are quite far away from us, and we should not look at those two at this moment of time. We've had our struggles throughout. We started really well in terms of results. Games were really close. Then we had a phase of the season where games were still very close, but we were constantly unlucky. Now I think we've been 7 or 8 games in a row unbeaten. But if you say this, you feel like, wow, they are flying through the league. But that's not what we are doing. It's every single game we play. It's hard work. It's two teams quite close to each other. We're mainly the team that's probably better than the other team, but not enough. We're constantly within this 20%. Difference, and if you are inside this 20% difference, then going to the floor or not means a lot for the results. And I will keep pushing, and the players will keep pushing to get to a situation where we are more than that 20%. We can make the difference bigger, and then hopefully we are finding a moment where we can fly through the season. But for the first 19 games, it has been a constant battle, close to each other. Sometimes a bit lucky, sometimes a bit unlucky season.
I mean, you feel that, I mean, we look at the results and you'll be rolling the field that you are picking up momentum in terms of league positions, but do you feel you're not picking up that kind of momentum? I mean, even the game against Leeds, it's your first 0-0 in 84 games here.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a nice thing to hear, but I think it's clear and obvious that we hardly concede chances anymore at this moment of time against the opponents we had in the last 7 or 8 games. But for me, it's also clear and obvious that we find it quite hard to generate enough chances for all the ball possession we have. And that's not new for us this season. And what the players try to do is they just keep on trying. They bring the ball towards the wingers. They make inside runs and play and move, and they do all the kind of things. But yeah, sometimes you need a bit of magic to unlock a game or a set piece. And if that then happens, then all of a sudden everything looks much nicer. But that is not our season till now.
Well, then do you expect from Fulham what kind of a test again?
I expect a different game against Fulham because their manager, and when we played them and what I've seen from them, they are and they play a home game, so I think they will try to attack a lot and want to have the ball a lot. At least that's how I know their manager. So it probably will be a much more open game. So then we have to show in games like that we don't concede a lot as well. And maybe it will help us creating more chances as well. But it's a difficult one because the last time I went there, we lost against a good Fulham team. So they're a draw tonight against Palace. So yeah, I expect a different game, but yeah, let's see. I don't expect 5 defenders, but I didn't expect 5 defenders today as well. But they did.
Any more? Rich?
Arnaud, you sort of talked about there being 2 teams away at the top. I mean, at the halfway stage, you're 4th. You've obviously had winning runs, but difficult runs, unbeaten runs. Do you think 4th is about fair with what you've done so far?
Yeah.
And if you were to, I mean, obviously, defending champions.
Although the margins are small, so if I've said a few things already in this press conference, but. So that could have influenced us having 3, 4, 5, 6 points more maybe. Yeah, like today and like so many other games, if we would have done a bit better in set pieces, then we would have had 5, 6, 7 points more as well. So that could have changed it a little bit, but from open play, from where we are, if I look at Arsenal, if I look at City and I look at us, I think it's fair that we are not above them, that we are so many points behind them. Is probably there are reasons for that, which I just explained, but it wouldn't be fair if we were above them for the way we've played.
Paul Joyce.
Obviously, first time seeing since Alan Briggs left. What's your view on his departure? What message do you want the players to take on from that?
No, first of all, I want to thank him for the 1.5 years we worked together, because he's been a part and a big part of us winning the league last season. He's been a big help to me. He's a very good human being, a very promising young English coach. But as things sometimes happen in January or in June, both go either way, and that is what happened over here as well. But he will definitely find a new challenge for himself, because he's done a good job with us, and he's a very good human being and a very promising young English coach. So he should deserve to get multiple chances again.
Mo.
On the back of that, Arnie, is there any chance of revisiting the idea of bringing in Etienne Ryan from final? I know there was initially something that was mooted, or maybe finding another specialist coach as opposed to using a few coaches you have at the moment.
Yeah, I think it would be a surprise to you if I never talk about players we bring in, that I would start talking to you about names in terms of coaches we could bring in. Of course, we're looking at the situation, what is best for us now. But as long as I have no news about that, I cannot share anything about it.
Last one.
Joe Gomez and Endo, did I hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I expect Joe to train with us tomorrow, and Wata not yet. Again, was I think to see that we had 4 players on the bench that haven't played any minutes in the Premier League, and these players just keep going with so many games to go. So if anyone was like, why does he take Florian off? If, for example, he 2 days after the game he felt his hamstring still too much, so that's why he couldn't train. Only trained yesterday. With all the games coming up, for me that was too much of a risk if you don't have so many players available with Premier League experience. So, and of course Cody is a good replacement to bring him in. But these are all the things we have to take into account to keep players available with at least some Premier League experience for the schedule we are going in. And not only going in, we've already had now 2 months of non-stop playing football, and most of them already 6 or 7 months of non-stop playing football. So everyone stayed fit, positive, clean sheet. If I have to take something positive from the game, then those 2 things. And Ivo didn't get a yellow, so he's not suspended next week.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.